Hey sneakerheads, if you're looking for something fun for your feet this holiday season, find the exact sneakers you're looking for on eBay.com. With the eBay Authenticity Guarantee, you can be confident that your pair is real. Professional authenticators verify the box, the logo, the stitching, and dozens of other inspection points. And I know those of you who are serious about this stuff, get into those inspection points, words. Your grail's guaranteed to be genuine because there are no fakes, no fraud, and no doubt with the eBay Authenticity Guarantee. So go have some fun and let's start the show. You've been round the world looking for love in the strangest places. Don't you think it's time you confess your love to me? Shining diamonds. Oh, I'm sorry. You're like swaying side to side like you're like
I'm
at the end of
it.
a concert.
Whatever you're doing. Yes, this is your halo and I'm enjoying it.
I bet.
I don't actually know this song, but
I know you don't.
I'm enjoying whatever you're giving me.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. I am Where the Money Reside. Where the money reside.
Where the money reside.
Where the money reside. What an icon.
And I am Stevie Wonder. This is The Read. Thank you for coming back.
Yes, welcome. Winding down here on the absolute shittiest year in existence. Love how lots of you are already creating your sweet memes of like, ooh, 2021. Hey girl, I know you're right around the corner. It's just a different number. It really doesn't. It doesn't. I think a sizable chunk of 2021 will also be shit. So
absolutely, at least the first 5 months. You might as well get ready for it.
I don't want to burst your bubble. It's the holidays. I'm sorry. I didn't say that. We didn't talk about it. Never mind.
We didn't. We're gonna move on to something positive.
Like Black Excellence this week. Black Excellence goes to two people that I find very interesting and respect because they merge two things that I enjoy: hip hop and Legos. Because of them, I'm reading about Sarita Gates and Randall Wilson. They have founded an amazing studio called Most Incredible, where they create Lego art that is infused with hip hop culture. Now, I actually love Legos myself. I haven't put together a thing in a while, but I've always enjoyed them and found them fun. And I don't know that there are any hip hop style those kits that you can order.
Yeah,
that have
and you build
1,500
shit.
pieces.
Game of Thrones and shit. Yep, you can. Exactly. You can build King's Landing and all that shit. You can
all of Wakanda, like that kind of vibe.
Yep.
So it says here that Sarita is from New York, Queens specifically, and has always been influenced by things like Misa Hilton. Same. Belly, same. So, and Mr. Wilson, Mr. Wilson. I used to scream that all the time when I was a kid because no, never mind. That's not the point. Randall Wilson is from the ATL and fashioned his love of hip hop through labels like So Def and groups like Organized Noise. They wrote here on the website that I'm reading. So it sounds like they were linked together because they're like, oh, we both stand, being black and hip hop and some nerdy things. And they created this dope stuff. I've already seen a couple of the pieces. Here's the NWA logo. They've got a Grammy here with the old Kanye West teddy bear head on a microphone. Sweeter days.
Don't you remember that when we were innocent?
Yeah, when times were fresh and new.
Yeah.
Young Jeezy's Snowman here. There's lots of stuff. I saw some like Tribe Called Quest stuff, I think, also. But anyways, I thought that this was dope. Again, you guys know how I love stories like this. And I think that you should go and give them a follow on their Instagram. It is Most Incredible Studio. That's the name of their Instagram. And then they also have like a website where apparently you can buy pieces.
Oh, even better.
Right? So you don't have to do it.
So I don't have to worry about none of that extra. I can go straight to checkout. That's what I'm trying to hear.
Most Incredible Stud.io.
Ooh,
Go and check them out.
I know some other uses for that URL.
You're disgusting. You're trash. And I hate you.
I will be that child. Most Incredible Stud.io.
Legos have studs on them. They have studs on them.
Oh, okay. Whatever you say.
So go and check them out. Go have some fun. I thought this was really interesting, and I love shit like that. So good job, guys. I think they also have, what did I read here? They have also a group called the Gates Preserve, which is a multimedia company focusing on preserving hip hop through innovative experiences like this. So that the studio is apparently a part of that. So kudos, Sarita, Randall, you guys are black on the bomb. Now,
yeah, this is cute.
This week, there are no hot tops. It's the end of the year, and I cranked open the celebrity files earlier today, and oh, the ghetto. I just don't want to. We're gonna do
it is
a mailbag
pretty ghetto this week.
My God, like Jesus alive!
All the girls are fighting. It's too much.
There's just so I don't want to. I'm not gonna do it. So, if you were looking for hot tops this week, soup. Sorry, girl. We're not going to McDonald's today. I'm not pulling over. I don't care if you have McDonald's money. We're not doing it.
Triggered.
So some other time.
Okay.
So we're gonna do some mail here. By the way, the only like topics that I did read that I was interested in is apparently Rihanna's going to make a Caribbean cookbook. So I'll
Shut up. Is she really?
That's what I read on Wrap Up.
Okay. I mean, well, the food in Barbados was incredible. So I will take it. But also, that girl is determined to not put out no music.
At this point, I live. Like, I kind of wanted to never put music out again.
Like, just don't do it. She keeps finding other shit to do. I love it.
I live. But as I've said a million times before, Rihanna was once cranking 2-3 albums out a year. So if Mama wants to be like, when I'm ready.
But I mean, she done did makeup, panties, skincare, regular clothes, fashion,
I feel like
shit.
Furniture? I'm probably making
it's
that.
It's all kind of, Fenty is registered to be every kind of brand. So you know what?
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at it. You fulfilled your contract. You gave us a lot of great songs. You solidified your place. Right. And so, yes, if you want to be the Avon lady and the fish plate lady for the rest of your life, I am honestly not mad at it. Absolutely. Get your money, girl.
Oh, bitch, I just remembered Savage sells panties for the girls.
Yeah.
By the girls, I mean the guys.
Right.
I know that you knew that.
I sure did. Everybody knew she sold it for the girls, but she sell it for all the girls.
Yes. Let me get some perfect lingerie.
That's right.
Rihanna, I can be an ambassador. I'm just saying, like,
yes,
it's offensive that I wasn't.
You should be getting them panties for free.
I'm just, that's how I feel. But on your time, girl, I'm just here for whatever you're doing. Also, another thing I found interesting that I read is that this is the headline. I went to people.com. This is how desperate I was to find something for hot tops to talk about.
Oh,
I went to white people. I did. I said, let me dip out.
Whitepeople.com.
Yeah, I said, let me go and see what the Sarah Jessica Parkers are doing. Nothing. Literally nothing. Having babies. Having babies and being maskless.
Okay.
But I did read a headline that says Lady A knew their name change was going to alienate some fans. Lady A being formerly known as Lady Antebellum.
Of course they did.
Bitch, I cackle. I cackle. A, the fact that they changed their name. B, the fact that their name was Lady Antebellum. C, the fact that they have alienated some fans. And D, the fact that they knew it would happen. That's so great.
And
it's
the fact
like
that
lovely to me.
They took that name almost like they didn't research that there was already a Black woman artist going by the name of Lady A. So that started a whole nother wave of bullshit.
Oh, great.
Because they changed their name from something that was like blatantly slavery and then overtook some Black woman who already had that name. So it was like, you're literally being colonizers right now.
Like, you're repeating history. This is
now
what
you're pissing off Black people and your fans who were like deeply devoted to the racism.
Slavery ended, but we still own you. It's giving like who has rights. It's been a
mess for that group. It really has. And you know, as somebody from the country, I have heard Lady Antebellum's music and I don't hate all of it, but
I like some of their music too.
I just literally cannot let y'all impede on a Black woman like that, even if I had not heard of her before this. I just can't let that slide like it don't mean nothing, because it does.
Just call herself Lady or just change the whole last name.
How did you not Google Lady A artist to see if there was somebody already going by that?
Nobody Googled that.
Oh, Lord. But, you know, they lost some fans. I'm sure Taylor Swift lost some fans, because they have been deeply MAGA and she has been deeply not. So if all white people have to say about 2020 is they lost some fans, then you know that is all right.
It's like, how is it that y'all, on one hand, white people would be like, this is the root of America. This is our history. they want to like erase our culture and what the country stands for and blah, blah, blah. And then on the other hand, when we talk about that part of history from our perspective, it's like, what are you talking about? I don't know. That wasn't in my history, but like, girl,
it cannot be both, girl.
Like, when you're saying that this is a part of like American history, Black people are not disagreeing with you, bitch. Like, we're saying, yes, it is part of our history too.
Yes.
The difference is our part sucked.
American history is trash, girl. And there's literally no point in American history where it's not trash. So, like, what do you want? The whites.
Whips and chains, probably. Anyhow, okay.
Yeah.
Letter time. I will begin here with an update. A response, rather, to the young lady I believe it was the young lady who wrote in and said that her MAGA boss was making them come to the office.
Oh, yeah, in Washington. What was her name?
I don't remember.
Okay.
But
doesn't matter.
This is from Jenny. Jenny says, "Hey all, investigative white woman here, hoping that my nosy ass can be of some help. Your caller, Samara," there it is. Thanks,
Samara.
Jen.
Amen.
"This week said she was in Washington State and her white, let's be real, probably Trump supporter." I mean, didn't she flat out say she was a Trump supporter? Oh, no, she said she was a COVID denier. So yes.
So yes,
Right.
She did. She's either a Trump supporter or a Umar supporter.
Or both.
Or both. Because she could be both.
Okay. And her white boss is making her work in the office. This is 100% against the governor's orders. Inslee? Is this their what's the governor of Washington's name?
Oh, probably Inslee. Didn't he run for president for a brief minute and then he realized that nobody cared?
That sounds
I'm dead ass.
Jay Inslee. Yeah, that's the governor.
That's him. Governor of Washington. That's right.
I Googled him and this man is sitting somewhere very court-esque with a very classy mask on his face.
Yes, he does.
The doll wants it to be done. She's over it.
Yeah. Okay.
So Jenny says Inslee's not here for it. No, his stay home, stay health proclamation mandates that if a job can be done from home, employers must allow employees to do so.
Nice.
Not that her dumbass boss probably cares, but she can report this demon to the state. The only people required to work in person are those who, quote, have to be physically present and their work has a direct connection to the health and safety of persons or property. Based on the governor's Stay Home, Stay Healthy proclamation, employees who do not serve in such roles are required to telework, unquote, end quote. I don't remember which one it is. Then she says, receipts here with a link to the good work that,
Washington
that she got from the right. I am sure this has been shared by handfuls of other folks who live in Washington, but Inslee is not playing around with this virus and her employer is breaking the law. Thanks so much. Love the show. Jenny. And there were a lot of emails in the inbox when I looked today that were like, reporter, get her out of here, throw her in jail. A lot of them. So
good.
There you
I'm
go,
not
girl.
mad at that at all. Because Lord knows I did not know the laws, but glad to see that Inslee is not with the dumb shit.
Right. Okay. Do you want me to do another one?
I can read a real letter if you want. Okay.
So mine are fake?
Do what?
So my letter reading is fake?
No, I meant like what you read wasn't. Okay,
yeah,
so you're being a nigger. Great.
Yeah,
Okay, well, I found the most ghetto letter I possibly could in the inbox just for you guys as a little Christmas treat.
Thank you so much. I am also excited.
All right. It says, my name is Ty. I am 22 years old and I'm originally from Jersey, but I now live in Atlanta. I've been dating my boyfriend for a year and some change now. He turned 35 on Thanksgiving and we decided to spend it in Miami because his mother was having her wedding there the next day.
Work.
Because of the pandemic, we were hesitant about traveling, but his mom really wanted us to come, so we went. Now, his mother and I haven't had the best relationship, but over the last couple of months, I felt like it was starting to improve. However, that all fell apart on the wedding day.
Up all day.
His mom wanted all the girls to come to her suite to help her get ready for the wedding, and that was no problem for me because I was just thankful she invited me. I was getting her water, making sure the makeup lady wasn't fucking up, making sure she's not sweating, directing the photographer, basically handling everything she needed.
She have a maid of honor?
You know, girl, this is a sidebar here. I've noticed that girlfriends who are desperate will literally do anything to fit in with the boyfriend's family.
It's true.
So, after the wedding, everybody was at the table eating, drinking, and having a great time. My boyfriend sat on my right side, and his brother stood on the left side of me. However, his brother was yelling all the way down to the other side of the table trying to talk to another brother of theirs. So her boyfriend was on her right, and then her boyfriend... Yeah. Okay.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I politely said, yo, can you move her back up because you're yelling in my ear and it's uncomfortable. He said, I'm going to talk the way I want to.
I bet he did.
And because I don't tolerate disrespect, I told him to stop being disrespectful because I didn't do nothing to him. Nice. He then started yelling with his bird-ass chest all puffed up like he was finna do something. So I stood up and I started yelling right back at him. My boyfriend then got up to hold me back and protect me and try to calm me down. Right then, his mother and her new husband came over to take the problem child away. And in the middle of me trying to explain to her what happened, she said, be quiet and stop talking about it. So that really had me OD pissed. Then she turns around and said to me, you did this.
Oh, yeah.
After that, I blacked out and I saw nothing but rage. I felt very hurt, disrespected, betrayed, and shocked that came out of her mouth. Next thing I knew, me and my boyfriend were being escorted out of the reception. And I grabbed a bottle of liquor from the bar on our way out, yelled, fuck you, and flipped a table in the hotel lobby. I didn't mean to go all Real Housewives of Atlanta on her. I was just very angry and I couldn't control my emotions. The next thing I remember is me in a towel walking around the hotel looking for my boyfriend who was fighting his brother in the stairwell.
Yes, ma'am.
I had a panic attack when I saw all the blood in the stairwell, and next thing I knew, we were getting kicked out of the hotel by the police, and we had to sleep on the cold, hard airport floor.
Work.
Now, I honestly regret cursing out my boyfriend's mother and acting a fool at the reception. I've owned up to my mistakes, and I apologized. I feel terrible about my reactions, and I wish I could have done it differently.
Oh.
How do I get back on good terms with my boyfriend's mother? I would go to her church where she's a pastor and try to talk to her. But I'm probably banned from the church because she's made it clear that I'm not allowed at her house. Not banned from the church. Do y'all have any advice on how to get back on her good side or how to calm down in situations like this so that I don't react so crazy again? Anything would help. Thanks for reading. Love you guys. Ty.
Can you imagine?
Okay, hold on. I'm finna go pick up my burrito from outside.
Oh my God.
And then we will come back.
I'm just imagining, like...
That's right.
I'm imagining her going to the church and then kicking her out. So, not even like when she gonna get to the church and before she even actually get inside, they got her picture on the door.
Oh my God! Like
this
Bodegas
woman
when you still
is not allowed on the front. Woo!
Yeah. Ty's in a pickle.
Well, yikes. I don't see Mom Dukes being a fan for a while. That's probably going to be rocky for a little bit. Correct. This is one of those like really big, silly miscommunications. I mean, it is. It literally is because it's like, if somebody's hollering in your ear and stuff like that, likely their intent is not to, make you uncomfortable or damage your eardrums or anything like that. But there's nothing wrong with asking them to stop, so
yeah,
it's just one of those things where sometimes someone keeps it real with you and then things go wrong, right? And it is sort of what it is. I think that I would probably, if I was you, maybe I would is this old of me? I was going to say write her a letter, email. I don't know. I would probably,
his mama would probably appreciate a letter.
Yeah. I think I would write a letter to her apologizing profusely and taking accountability for my part in it. And then give her a cute gift, something not wild, but something that she would likely like, or something she'd enjoy, something cute or something like that. And I wouldn't expect that to be oh, now we cool, because she's probably still she might throw the shit away. But at least, at least you can say that you made a genuine effort, and more of an effort than a lot of other people probably would have made in similar circumstances. So I think that would be what I would try to do now, and hopefully maybe facilitate a conversation with her at a different time through your boyfriend. But yeah, I don't know really what else you could do. This kind of shit happens all of the fucking time. You know what I'm saying? The fucked up part, because they're going to be brothers forever. Those are going to be her kids until the end of time.
Facts.
So they can punch each other in the face in the stairwell or not. That's always going to be his brother. Whereas you,
oh God, the truth.
You know what I'm saying? You be a girlfriend, no shade, you're replaced. You could not be his girlfriend.
Right.
So,
it's a lot of girls been his girlfriend.
Right. So, there's not as much obligation from someone like his mom or any other relative to get in your good graces or something, unless you're pregnant or some shit like that or whatever. And even then, they'll still hate you.
And even then, they can, right?
Like, right. They're still going to talk bad about you too to grandchild. So it's like, I would say do your best. Like I said, I'd write a letter and probably try to give her a small gift. And at least then you made an effort. And hopefully she will take that into account moving forward. But I wouldn't expect much.
Yeah. So first of all, I agree with Kid Fury. Get her something from her favorite discount department store like Kohl's or whatever else. I'm just saying, a lot of aunties really love Kohl's, and it's nothing wrong with Kohl's. Kohl's actually do be having the deals. They do.
They do. I mean, yeah.
They do. But if you get her something from Kohl's or Penny's or whatever, make sure you include a gift receipt so she can take it back and get a gift card if she wants to.
Facts.
Make sure you include the gift receipt.
Absolutely.
Just in case she don't like it. I think that's the very first step towards repairing things between the two of you.
Because even if she twists up her nose at whatever gift, and she peeped that gift receipt, she gonna be like,
"Oh, okay."
Well,
so I'm finna go get my crap. I'm finna go get me a gift card.
But I can't say the bitch ain't think of all things. At least she considered that. Take this shit right back to Crate and Barrel and scoop something else off that I want.
Exactly. Also, I mean, the fact that you're 22 and your boyfriend is 35, I'm just a little disturbed.
Oh, I didn't even...
I'm just a little disturbed by that. Because that is a giant gap in age, is a giant gap in maturity and understanding of the world and all that sort of thing. So,
right, nigga, I thought you and the brothers were like the same age range. I don't know
about that younger brother.
I don't know how this should be like completely flying over my head. So she is 22 years old. This nigga is 35.
Yeah, and they've been together for over a year. So I'm just concerned about a 34-year-old nigga pushing up on a 21-year-old girl. But, okay. If that's right, if that's how you feel, then that's how you feel. But if it matters, then I want you to take that into consideration. Like, this nigga has a vested interest in grooming you to be the type of woman he wants.
But let me tell you something. At the same time, if the kids are fighting at the wedding, bitch, and in the hotel stairwell, and the police...
with blood in the stairwell.
The police had to come down to the W. Like, it's giving Love and Hip Hop. Like, age may not matter. Because everyone might...
You're being generous. You meant down to the Ramada. And it's fine. It's nothing wrong with staying at the Ramada. It's nothing wrong at the Holiday Inn or a motel. I have stayed at all of those and enjoyed myself. But let's be very honest about this. Okay. So it doesn't necessarily have to make a difference. I'm just saying, when I heard the age difference between y'all, I was like, ooh, yikes. Wait a minute. Like that. Something about that feels a little...
Yeah, that's a pretty big age difference.
Uncomfortable to me. I also feel like you have got to learn how to manage your anger more effectively. Because although I can... I can understand being mad in these situations, but I can't understand reacting the way you did. I can't. I can't understand cussing somebody out at my boyfriend's mama's wedding. And I can't understand taking a bottle of liquor from the bar on the way out and flipping a table. Okay, no, I just would not. As mad as I am, if I have any respect for my boyfriend or his mother, I'm not going to do that. If somebody pissed me off, I will just... If somebody pissed me off, I will just leave. And I have a feeling that bottle you took from the bar on the way out is the reason why you don't remember much in between the reception and getting to the hotel, where you then showed up in a towel and found them niggas with blood in the stairwell. I have a feeling you took most of that bottle to the head.
Let me tell you something. I was just going to say that because I absolutely would have scooped up a nice bottle of Moet as I'm being dragged out. And as soon as I get back to my hotel room, I'm facing it. So it's like, I just...
If I was 22, yes, I would have done that too. But I am older than you and your man. So I'm trying to tell y'all... As somebody who has been through a lot of very drunk shenanigans and can only remember like 32% of them,
yeah,
I feel like you gotta get a hold of your anger, if not your drinking. You gotta get a hold of the way you react to stuff.
I agree. I think that although I understand, I likely would have just gotten up when he was aggravating me with the yelling and moved rather than addressing him. And not because addressing him about it would have been out of bounds, but just considering the fact that I'm, again, the girlfriend or boyfriend, and I'm here with this motherfucker's face. Like, I'm going to try at all costs to avoid any sort of issue with this man's family if I can. So in a situation like that, I would have gotten back up. I understand you getting angry, especially like men like hollering in the faces of women. And so like, I get how it got turned up. I completely do. Not ideal, of course, but I agree with Crystal. Like, you have to have a cap. You have to have, like I said a couple of weeks ago, like, a lot of shit just ain't worth it. There are many times where I've wanted to punch somebody square dead in the face, but I don't want to sleep in jail. I want to sleep in my bed. I want to sleep in I'm telling you, like, I dead ass be like, I want to go to bed tonight when I go, you know what I'm saying? Like, especially if I'm in a situation where I'm drinking, dancing, and like exerting all this energy. I don't want to sleep in jail. I want to go home. So it's like, you have to be able to just have the ability to check out of a possible incident in situations where you can. Because now, look, this lady mama don't like you. I mean, this boy mama don't like you. And, you know, the brothers got bloody, some WrestleMania shit in the stairwell, and it's all bad. It sounds like a Nivea song, so I live. But,
okay,
like, maybe not again. You want to not.
Right. I think you would want to not. And with all the normal caveats of this was clearly a medium to large wedding and you niggas had it during a pandemic and there's just nothing even remotely responsible about that.
Oh.
If this woman is a real Christian and you show up at church, then she is at the very least going to chill. At the very least.
Gonna be,
at the very least.
She gonna be in that damn pulpit talking cash. She like, mama's gonna be up on the stage like, the Lord is telling me that some of the kids in here don't know how to control their mouths, Jesus, today. Like,
and that's God. True. That's true, but I would get up and I would be like, the Spirit is telling me that it's some grown-ass niggas in here who don't know how to stop themselves from having an indoor wedding during a panorama.
See, this is why you're not allowed on the premises.
Yep.
This is why they're going to have your picture on the front door.
I'm going to make it worse. Don't listen to me, sis.
I related with you on scooping up that bottle. Mama here is directing you to stand up in the midst of church service.
Okay, so that, yes.
And give a direct rebuttal to her subliminal preaching.
That's because I feel like if she's doing the most with you, then she's not really all that much of a pastor.
No, I want her to do it. Don't get me wrong. That sounds amazing, but...
I just think, you know, probably what Kid Fury said from the very beginning is the safest way to go. Send her a gift, write a very heartfelt and sincere apology in the card that you send along with it, along with the gift receipt. And and let her make the next move. And the next time you find yourself in a situation like this, like you said, you felt disrespected because the brother wouldn't stop yelling in your ear. Although that's understandable, if he said, I'm going to do what I want to anyway, then I would have turned to my man and been like, you can either switch me places so that's not in my ear, or I can call an Uber and go back to the hotel. It's literally up to you.
Facts.
Like, you can just handle this more maturely. I mean, you're 22, so. But you can handle this more maturely than deciding to yell back at that nigga and then stealing a bottle on the way out and flipping a table.
I would have looked at that nigga the same way that you looked when you did Adam.
Yeah.
Is 3 years old.
3 years old.
Like, I would have turned to that nigga and directly been like, well, okay. I mean, girl, I don't know what you want me to do because I'm not doing anything about it. So
yeah, exactly.
I can go.
So best of luck to you, Ty, as you figure out the situation with your potential future mother-in-law.
Good luck.
Best of luck.
So this letter comes from Ron. He says, Dear Crystal and Kid Fury, much like a lot of people during this fuck-ass panorama, my best friend created an OnlyFans. I'm fully...
Oh, God.
I forgot what this letter was about, and then I was shocked by the end of that sentence.
Were you?
Like I didn't read it already. Okay, I'm fully supportive of anyone's approach to OnlyFans and owning their sexuality, but here's my problem. It has turned him into an egotistical shell of himself. Whenever we talk, it's all about him and his activities pon the OF. I'm assuming that was your way of letting me know you're from the islands.
Yes, that's for you to know. Yeah, your brother.
How he has to edit all this footage, who's trying to link up to film, how many people want him, etc. It's all he ever talks about. Everyone in my social group has started side hustles in fields that they excel in, but my friend downplays everyone else's to talk about his or gives unsolicited useless advice. I brought it up slightly to him and he half joked about me being a hater. Do you guys have any advice on how I can break it to him that he's changed lovingly?
Lovingly, no, I don't. I don't have any advice for saying this lovingly. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to be like, I understand that you like making money as a hoe and I'm not mad at it, but other people have things going on in their lives too.
Right.
And maybe if your friend is that type, then you can just say it straight like that. But it's not even really about the OnlyFans. It's about that he has something new and now he can't talk about nothing else, which is understandable. Right. You know, it's something new and it's important to you, but I would treat it the same way I would any other situation. Like, so happy for you. However, right now I'm talking about the fact that I just graduated summa cum laude or whatever, you know, like,
right.
Just bring it back to whatever it is you're talking about. If you don't feel comfortable being like, nigga, shut up.
Yeah, that's facts.
Yeah.
That's very true. I think that I would probably do something like that as well. Like, I would start dropping subtle hints that are giving like, super happy for your follower count or you know, whatever that is. But like, anyway, I would definitely do something like that to try and make it clear. And then if he doesn't pick up the hints, I would then directly be like, so look, maybe you need to have a Snickers, because when you don't, like, isn't that the commercial? I don't remember how it goes, but
yeah, you're not yourself when you're hungry, and you're not yourself when you're no longer horny. I don't really know, but however you need to word it.
You're getting on my damn nerves. I need you to calm down. Like, nobody's mad at you. Super fun. All in support of that. But girl, like, you ain't Dina Jones, bitch. So, like, we gonna clap hands for your OnlyFans. Mm-hmm. And we would, you know, appreciate if you would clap hands for our promotion or our marriage or our graduation, something the fuck else. Like, don't nobody give a fuck that you and fucking Chino Black or 850 BDT'd and linked up to go.
Nah, I don't know what those things mean. I don't know what that means.
I be cracking myself so hard.
You do, friend.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just be like, look, girl, great, but like, you're kind of turning into an asshole. Like, girl, like, I think it's also a symptom of social media celebrity. I don't know what I just did with those words, but you know, like, when someone like gains traction or any sort of following, or, you know, even if they don't really have a strong following, but they feel like they are curating content, they start to approach life like Bella Thorne or somebody. Like, honey.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Who they almost scooped Bella Thorne up off the street the other day.
And I want
like, what is your problem, sis? What the fuck is your problem?
I don't even know what she did other than starting an OnlyFans when it wasn't okay for celebrities to do that. I don't know anything else about her. I don't know what she does in real life. I figure she's an actress. Maybe she was on that vampire movie, Twilight. Maybe she was on that. Because Bella Thorne sounded like the name of an actress who was on Twilight. But
Bella Thorne sound like a character that was in Twilight.
Perhaps. I never saw Twilight. So, or 50 Shades of Grey, maybe it's that. I don't know where she's from. But what I will say is, like, unless I have a feeling, I'll say that. I have a feeling that your friend is not very used to a lot of wins or feeling like he is succeeding in any particular way. And of course, there's nothing wrong with that. We all come to that feeling whenever we come to it. So I would be gentle. Like, I think you can be gentle about it while still being honest. And there's no way to say things where you guarantee you don't hurt somebody's feelings. Sometimes you're going to say something and it's just going to hurt their feelings. It's all about how you say it and how you engage with them afterwards. If you want to continue to be his friend, but to have a friend, you have to be a friend. And he has to be a friend while the rest of y'all are being a friend and supporting him. He has to be a friend with you and your shit too. So I would just be like, my nigga, I understand that you're excited and you're probably making more on OnlyFans this year than the rest of us have made all of our lives put together. And truly, I'm happy for you. But we have other shit going on too. You know, like you have to care about us too, sis. It can't just be your fan club. Like we're not your fans. We're your friends.
Right. I agree. Well, good luck.
Okay.
Ron.
What's his name?
Ron.
All right. Well, yes. Good luck to you, Ron. We're talking to your friend. Our next letter comes from Martine, who says, I'm a 25-year-old lesbian in a long-term relationship with my girlfriend of 6 years. The next step for us was marriage. Yeah, since 19. The next step for us was marriage, and I have a feeling she is going to propose very soon, but I'm not able to get fully excited because her parents do not acknowledge me whatsoever.
Oh, hell, more parent drama.
She came out to her dad 2 years ago, her mom shortly after that, and then her whole family right after that via Facebook. Her father got upset that she told the family because he was embarrassed, but they still help her with graduate school. However, they completely ignore my existence.
He was embarrassed.
You know, that his daughter was a lesbo.
Oh, God.
Sometimes my girlfriend is on the phone with her parents while I'm in the car too, and when she mentions that I'm with her, they brush right past it without so much as a hello, knowing that I can hear them the whole time. When we're with other members of her family, her parents call and carry on a lengthy conversation while never once acknowledging me. They even want her to travel all around this earth during the pandemic because they aren't happy that she'll be quarantined for Christmas with me and my mom, who honestly loves my girlfriend more than me. That's a little sad, but...
Oh, that happens.
It does.
Big time.
It does.
Yeah.
It causes me a lot of anxiety because I'm worried she'll reach a breaking point when she tells them her plans to marry me, and somehow I'll get blamed for it when they stop speaking.
What?
I can't tell if her parents don't like me specifically or if they're still grappling with her sexuality, but after 6 years, I just want to finally be happy with my baby and get my damn ring, but I don't want this on my conscience. My question is, should I tell my girlfriend that we should hold off on getting engaged and wait for more progress with her family, or do we keep it moving? Do we keep it moving forward with our lives regardless of how they feel? Thanks, Martine.
Yeah, man, fuck that. Go ahead and move on with your fucking plans and let the shit, let the chips fall where the fuck they may. First of all, your girlfriend is going to need to be the one who's going to step, much like we just said to homegirl, who should have turned to her right or wherever a nigga was sitting and said, this one's on you. This is you. This one's for you. Like, your girlfriend needs to do the exact same thing. Y'all want to get married. You want to spend the rest of your life together. You want to do all of that stuff. You shouldn't have to reconsider or postpone or whatever the fuck because some people are being weird. Like, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Mm-hmm. I personally doubt it isn't, that they don't like you specifically. It's probably just typical, oh, my kid's gay and I don't want to acknowledge that shit. And them being in a relationship.
That's what it sounds like to me.
But that's not your fucking problem. And I'm a terrible bitch because, like, nigga, if your parents don't like me, that means I don't have to be around them. So cool. Like, I will not even sneeze at it. That's cool. I don't have to come around. Great. Let me know when you on your way back. Like, I don't, but at the same time, I think it's ridiculous for you to have to try and put something on hold or reconsider something that you both want to do after having been together as 6 years, which again, I must reiterate, in gay is like 30. Yeah. Like, these bitches been together their whole lives at this point.
I mean, so, like, in lesbian is 6 months because we do 6 years like it's nothing. But
yeah, okay.
The point remains, like, y'all got together when you were 19. I'm assuming y'all are around the same age. So like this is very formative years and a very long relationship. I can relate as somebody who got in her first lesbian relationship at like 17, 18. I can fully relate to this. So yeah. I don't know. I think, really I agree with Kid Fury when it comes right down to it that, her parents can kiss your ass. I just think there's a better way of going about it, and y'all have the added benefit that I had, which is like your mother is completely on your side, and
oh wow.
I mean, well, yes, the truth hurts, but there's that, and like she's very open and honest and accepting, and like loves your girlfriend and all this. So you have the added benefit of at least one of y'all's parents being down for it. But like when it really,
why did I picture the moms from Half and Half?
I did too. And I can guess which mama would be more down with the gay shit.
Exactly.
And honestly, I think it's Big Dee. I do. I think it's Big Dee who would be more down with the gay shit. Because Mona's mama would have been sick over losing the possibility of biological children.
Hello.
I feel like Big Dee, she lived in the theater and she would have been all for, however you find happiness. Big Dee would have been. How
do we turn this into UPN? We're such blacks.
Oh man, okay. So, but anyway, Big Dee and Mona and everybody else aside. Yeah, I think that you should talk to her about it first and foremost. Make sure she knows how you feel. And then make sure she knows that whatever she decides to do is her decision. Like this is her family, not your family.
Right.
And if she wants to marry you, knowing that her parents will never accept or acknowledge you, then she has to be ready to choose you over her parents. And she might not be in a place to do that. In which case she ought not, propose. I don't think it's you who needs to be making this decision. I think you need to talk to her about the way you feel. Make sure that the choices, as far as you're concerned, are very clear and laid out. And then let her decide.
Yeah.
And if she breaks your heart, then oh well, she was definitely going to break your heart when y'all got married and she still acted like she wasn't married. Went home or whatever else without you because her parents didn't approve or whatever else. If she breaks your heart, then she was always going to break your heart. And it's better to know now than later when your feelings are even more caught up. You're only 25. Y'all have plenty of time to bounce back and move on to whatever else. But hopefully, she's already thought about this and she is ready to do whatever it takes because she feels the same way about you that you feel about her. But yeah, I would take the responsibility for this off of your shoulders and let her handle it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You didn't, that ain't your family being crazy. Your mama is there. Your mama love her more than you. So
like,
this is not your problem, sister.
We still got wedding invitees.
Right, like
maybe on Zoom, but I don't know.
Best of luck to you, girl. But yeah, I wouldn't be having that. Should we do another one, or should we take a break and do an ad?
I have a pretty short one.
Okay, so I'll do another one because I have a few more.
Okay.
All right. This one comes from Jennifer, who says, "My mother is a 66-year-old recent retiree. She has been married to my father for 45 years, and they have 4 adult children. To say that their marriage is tumultuous and toxic is an understatement. My mom has lots of resentments and verbally and emotionally abuses my 76-year-old father. My dad feels pretty defeated at this point and just keeps to himself when he can. They live in a large house and spend most of their time on separate floors, so suffice to say that it is not comfortable to visit them. Recently, my sister and I noticed a change in our mother's appearance. Our very conservative mother started exercising more, eating better, and lost a lot of weight. She started wearing braids, dressing differently, and taking selfies. She spends all her time on the phone or laptop, usually being very guarded and hiding behind locked doors. She often talks about her new friend, saying, "My friend suggested this movie," or "My friend recommended this book," and other things like that. So we became suspicious. After doing a little internet research, we realized this new, much younger friend of our mother's lives in Nigeria. We tried to play off that we knew, but then we found a piece of paper listing this man's address, his phone numbers, and the name of a bank in Nigeria.
Oh, hell.
My sister and I confronted her, and initially she denied knowing who he was, but after some nudging, she finally admitted that she accepted this random person's Facebook friend request almost a year ago when she was bored. She claims that it's innocent and that he just needs a U.S. sponsor to finish his doctorate. She says that he tells her all about Nigeria and she tells him all about the States. She claims that she even met his girlfriend and family members in the States and that there is nothing going on. We asked if she has been sending money and she denied it, but we don't believe her because, of course, we saw his bank account information. I'm 43 years old and my mother has had low self-esteem for all of her life. My dad has always been present, but he does not show her any affection or attention. So we think this Nigerian friend has been an ego boost for her, but it's obviously a scam. My sister insists that we don't tell our dad because she says that their marriage is none of our business. I know that my parents' relationship is not the best, but they are still married and still living in the same household. We've tried to convince her that this is a scam, but she won't listen. She keeps telling us to mind our own business and that adults are allowed to have friends. What would you guys do about this? We keep sending her articles about scam artists, but she dismisses us. We have suggested therapy countless times. Do you guys think that my father should know about this new friend? It would kill him if he knew that we knew and didn't tell him. Thanks for any help you can provide, Jennifer.
When I tell you that I would be so far away from this, I'd like...
Would you? I wouldn't.
I don't know, man. Like, yeah, no. I feel like I'd have to do something. But it's just like, I feel kind of sad that she feels like this is her one friend or whatever.
Yeah.
It just like feels like validating and comforting for her to have like a connection with someone else. So like I feel bad about that. I don't know, maybe I would try to find ways for her to socialize in a safer way or something, but like I don't know exactly what that is. So it will be tough, but as far as telling your father, I guess maybe I would tell him, but I would tell my mom I'm gonna tell him first.
Yes.
That way she knows that you're going to mention it to him. So it won't come at her out of nowhere and she won't feel all betrayed or whatever. And then your father also won't feel like, oh my God, you knew this and you didn't say anything to me about it. It's just like, I don't know what more you can do. Like if you've given her examples of, you know, of how this has sort of happened to people before who have been scammed or whatever, if you've like suggested that she go to therapy, if you've done like these little things, it's not to say that there aren't more things you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like my brain isn't, you know, that large. I don't have all of like all the solutions. I don't know. There's probably plenty more. But
what?
Like, yeah, I definitely think that I would make a point to put a stop to it, and having your father be a part of the conversation would probably be more effective than you or a sibling or a cousin or somebody else being like, hey, don't do this because blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? Especially like a lot of parents would be like, bitch, you don't know any motherfucking thing. I made you. Shut up. Even when you're like
right.
3,000% correct. So I don't know. I really feel like you're going to have that conversation with your dad and let them have a conversation about it together and see where things go from there. Because like, what are you supposed to do? Cut off her Wi-Fi?
Right. Like you can't stop your mother from doing anything. She is a grown woman.
Right.
I would just say, first of all, what you know about your parents' relationship is largely what they've allowed you to know. And you are 43 and you perceive your parents' relationship as being one way, but Most of us, when it comes to most of us, there are aspects of our parents' marriage or long-term relationships that we don't know anything about. So I would just keep that in mind. What seems to be the absolute truth is not necessarily always the absolute truth. So I would just keep that in mind before I do anything. Secondly, I would think about my mother and her long-term needs. Like, is she dipping into her retirement fund or her long-term savings? Is she dipping into daddy's money? Is she, putting out another mortgage on the house? Like, how much of a financial risk is she really taking here? So I would try to figure that out too before I approached either one of them. But I think, like Kid Fury said, I would tell her, you can either tell daddy about this friend or I can do it. Because you're right. Adults are allowed to have friends. But if this is a friend that you keeping a secret from my father, then it's not a friend. You clearly doing something that's not on the up and up. You clearly are. If you had met this boy's fiance and family and you really felt like it was all legit and you hadn't sent him no money or nothing else, then there would be no reason that you could not share that with your husband.
Very true.
So I think I would do the same thing if I didn't just straight up go to my father, right off the bat. Then I would be like, girl, you can tell him, or I can press send on this email right now, just in case you decide to mark me right here where I stand. It's up to you. It's up to you. Like, he can know or not, but I'm 40. She says she's 43. I would say, Mama, I'm 43 years old. You want to talk to me like a grown woman? I promise you not to judge you. But let's just talk about it, because I want to make sure that you're okay. I understand that you're ignoring all the stuff that we sending you because a man is finally making you feel good about yourself. But there are people who have literally lost their entire life savings, their homes, everything they owned, everything they worked for because of scammers. And I don't know that this young man is a scammer, but if your mama is sending him money and she probably haven't even seen his real face, then he might be. So I would just...
If your mama is sending him money, then like you said a second ago, like your daddy should know.
Yeah.
Should. I would at least just give her the respect of being like, I'm going to tell him. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love you. I want what's best for you and things like that. And that is why I don't want you to be blindsided by the upcoming argument.
Right.
So
I would frame it as being like concerned about her future more than anything else, making sure that she's okay and able to take care of herself, because the internet is very enticing to a lot of, what was the generation before Gen X? Even really the older niggas of Gen X and going up. It's very enticing to them because it opens up a whole nother part of the world that they really didn't grow up with. So I would try to remind her, like, I'm your daughter. I literally want the best for you. But also, I know more about this than you do. So please talk to me about whatever you have going on. And, based off how she responds, then you decide how you gonna move.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to break my father's heart with this information, but if your mother puts you in that position, then you have no choice. I think.
I think so too.
Oh, but best of luck to you. All right.
So let's take a break.
Yes, let's do that.
We'll be right back. So think really fast. Are you a water pick person? Do you like floss? String? What is it that you're doing to get down in there and clean out them teeth? No matter how you might clean in between, Quip has you covered. And their new refillable floss pick makes it easy on the go. Quip is the electric toothbrush that you hear us talk about all the time, but it's their sleek reusable floss pick that you'll want to use next, which I'm actually a huge fan of. The durable handle is easy to guide, restrings with a click, and comes with a compact mirrored dispensing case for on the go. Mm-hmm. So you're like a secret agent with fun things. Plus, a single refill pod replaces over 180 single-use plastic flossers, so it's better for your teeth and for the environment. If you're not a pick person, they also have refillable floss string that expands to clean. Mm-hmm. So pair your Quip toothbrush with your fancy flossing techniques as well. This holiday, you can check out their exclusive deals. And if you go to getquip.com/3 right now, you will get your first refill for free. That's your first refill for free at getquip.com/3. That is spelled GET QUIP.com/theread. Quip is better oral health made simple. Go brush some teeth, and let's get back to the show. All right, so we're back now, and before we move on, I just wanted to say that if you thought I wasn't doing Kid Fury sports shorts this week, you're wrong.
Oh no!
Dun, 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 dun. I don't have anything.
This is very Price is Right of you.
So the sports short for this week, guys. The Atlanta Falcons versus the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Are you kidding me?
Place
Are you kidding?
this Sunday. Very interesting football game where they play sports. And
no, why would you do this for me?
Very interesting game of sports where the Falcons, who are from Atlanta, were in the lead. 17 points they had to the Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay has a football team. Huh.
They do.
Interesting. Where the Tampa Bay Buccaneers were at a solid 0. Things were looking bleak. The girls were concerned. Oh, but ye of little faith. What you do not know is that William Golston and Antonio Brown and man, they played so hard, and Trump Brady as well is for the Buccaneers. And so what happened is that Trump Brady reached deep within his MAGA powers and said, with our prejudice combined, we can come together. And so, Antonio Brown, 46 yards with 6 minutes and 19 seconds left in the game. They had so much.
What?
And
what the fuck are you saying?
at one point, it was like, girl, what? They were 27-24. With the Falcons regaining the lead, waking up, someone said, "Hey girls, not again." And they were like, "Okay, let's do better." And so that's what they were doing. And then who got sacked? But the Devin White
had to be Matt
was
Ryan.
oh wait, it is Devin White recorded his second sack of the game. And to be sacked is when that's when you tackle somebody and you brush up against their scrotum a little bit by accident.
No, that is not it.
It is.
Also, Devin White is almost certainly the person doing the sacking, not the person getting sacked.
I said he recorded his second sack of the game.
Sacked Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know anybody who plays for the Bucs other than Tom Brady. So I'm depending on your knowledge here. God help us.
But all in all, victory was with Tampa Bay because they dragged the girls with a final touchdown right in the nick of time, ending the game at 31-27.
Wow.
Another loss for the Atlanta Falcons. But what matters the most here is that the Atlanta Falcons are a group of individuals with passion and effort. And also Atlanta is a fantastic city, great chicken, and Falcons are beautiful. And that's it. So you're welcome.
No, I definitely have a few questions for you.
Oh, sure.
First of all, how do you think the Falcons, but specifically Matt Ryan, how do you think they felt going up against Tom Brady again in this rematch?
You know,
your professional opinion.
In my professional opinion, I would say that Matthew McConaughey. What is his name? Matt Ryan.
Yep, it's close enough.
I would say, they were probably anxious and incredibly concerned because Tom Brady has won the Super Bowl more than once.
Okay.
Or twice.
Okay.
Maybe even more than that. But I'm not going to give you all of the information. Sometimes you should do research for yourself to get information.
Did you do research for yourself?
And so I would say that, the girls were concerned. And they also play for the Falcons. So I think that really what was most important is that they likely prayed in the locker room prior to the beginning of the game. And having a spiritual connection with a higher power is important unless you don't win. Any other questions?
Yes.
I'd knock that out of the park.
Actually, I do. How would you compare this game to the 2017 Super Bowl?
I would compare it to the 2017 Super Bowl by saying they are very similar in that Tom Brady was playing in that Super Bowl and a similar event happened in that one where they had scooped up 21 points at surprisingly then too. Mm-hmm. And Tom Brady is known for, kicking shit in gear at the last second. Like,
wow.
When your favorite superhero is winning the fight and then they lose, losing the fight and then they win at the last minute, except with bigotry.
Okay. Okay, just a couple more questions. Do you think after Deflategate, Tom Brady should have been allowed to continue to participate in the league?
I would say absolutely not, because
are you Googling?
I just don't like him. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you know what I'm talking about when I say Deflategate?
Of course I do, girl.
What am I talking about? Okay, so what am I talking about?
See, the thing is, this is called sports shorts, and we've already gone over so much time. Absolutely shameful. So let's get back to the meat of the program. So back with our letters. Okay. This next one.
All right.
I killed that. Like, that was actually...
You did a great job. You
incredibly
fully answered every question I had.
Actually quite proud of myself.
You should be.
So this one is coming from Jaleesa. It says... Oh, shit, what does it say? It says here, hi, Crystal and Kid Fury. I'm writing you because I know y'all have no problem letting someone know if they are tripping or not, and I need a second opinion.
That's true.
I am 29 and my man is 30. We've been together a year this month. Next year, my lease ends in March, and he wants me to move in with him. I'm all down for saving money, but I'm a little nervous because A, I've never lived with a man before, and B, the reason I'm writing, he hasn't gotten upset with me. No one is perfect, and I know how I have to get on his nerves. But he says nothing. Doesn't get angry, doesn't get an attitude, no petty jabs, nothing. So clearly when I'm upset, I feel like I'm the only one with issues. But I know that cannot be realistic.
What?
I'm nervous about moving in with him because what if I get there and he just spazzes out one day? He knows when I'm angry or what annoys me, but I don't know, so I could unknowingly piss him off and boom, see a side of him I should have not been prepared to see. I didn't edit this. And it's different when I can go back to my place and get space. I shared our age because I guess that's what has ready to go ahead and... Oh, that's what... Okay. I shared our age because I guess that's what has us ready to go ahead and move in. Do you think a year is too soon to move in? Should I see him upset or even receive a silent treatment before moving in? Or have I just let my anxiety get the best of me and I'm tripping? Love y'all. Thank you, Jaleesa.
Okay.
This this woman.
How old are they again?
She's 29. He is 30.
Okay. Yeah. So y'all the same age. I don't think you're letting your anxiety get the best of you. I think you're letting your trauma get the best of you. Because the fact of the matter is that there are lots of people who will be disappointed in you or upset by something you did and not react with the silent treatment or blowing up at you. Like, there are lots of people who can just process those things in a calm and rational manner without hurting their partner. And your boyfriend might be one of those people. But also, this is why every Black woman, every elder Black woman, like literally last year, I was with all my aunties, play and real, at a giant like Black woman round table. And every last one of them said, save your pussy for rich niggas and hold on to your money. Every last one of them. Every last one of them. And they said that holding on to your money, making sure you had your own escape fund was more important than anything else.
I agree.
So I would prepare to move in with this man after a year or so of dating. You know, it depends on whether you can trust yourself about what you've seen from him or whatever else. But more than that, you have to trust yourself that you will do what's best for you regardless of what happens with this man. So whether one day you piss him off in a way that's unexpected and he reacts in a crazy way, or if y'all just fall apart for any other reason, you have to trust that you will do what's best for you regardless.
Right.
And if you don't feel that way, then don't move in with him. If you feel like, oh, I'm the type of bitch who will go along if he says he's mad at me because I will find a way for it to be my fault, then don't move in with him regardless of how much money you have. But if you do move in with him, make sure you have your own little separate private savings account wherever it's set, your own little money just in case you have to book you a Greyhound and get the fuck out at the last minute.
I mean, girl, after a year, you should have that anyway.
Like, right. I mean, you should have that anyway, but definitely, like, just think about how you're approaching this, because what you're saying your boyfriend hasn't shown you is like not necessarily to me indicative that there's a problem. It might be that he's hiding his true feelings and you won't really see how crazy he is or how irrational he is until y'all move in together, because some people do that. But it's also very possible that, you know, he's 30 years old and he knows how to respond to people when he feels a way without hurting them, which is the goal. So
I would assume, though, that something about him when y'all are together or through the year that y'all have been dating, something has given you an inclination that there's like something is off. Because, like, I mean, you saying, Crystal, like, it's like her, like trauma possibly showing itself. To me, I feel like is a possibility because it sounds like the niggas just don't like to argue. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's very possible.
He may be a person who's just more accustomed to like sitting through an argument or whatever and just keeping his cool. But I feel like there's probably something there that makes you feel like he has the capacity to spaz out and he just hasn't yet. And so that's one of the, like, I think that's one of those things where you kind of have to be honest with yourself. Like, have I been witness to something that makes me feel like he is bound to snap at some point?
Good question.
Or am I just like expecting that, you know, we should argue when we don't? Because not everyone likes to argue. Like, some people are fully like, okay, you're yelling now, or I have attitude coming in my direction, and so I've shut down and I'm just blocking this out until it's over. Not everybody is, you know, interested in arguing and putting forth that level or kind of energy.
That's true. That's true.
I would ask myself that question.
There are also people who like don't want to argue or whatever, so they don't react so crazy. But then, you know, 6 to 10 years from now, who knows how they might be reacting to the arguments y'all have.
True.
Because they've been suppressing it instead of actually getting it out. So like Kid Fury said, you have to be real with yourself about why you feel the hesitancy that you feel. Because it might just be, oh, I'm not used to people processing things in this manner. Because like you said, should I wait until he decides to stop talking to me when he's mad? Which is like, that's not a rational response regardless. And I have a feeling you grew up witnessing that because I did too. And so you might think when somebody's mad at you, they just stop talking to you. But that's actually not at all a healthy way to process. Or like,
right.
I dated lots of people who are like, when I'm mad, I just have to walk out and I just have to leave and take a moment before I do something I'm going to regret. And the hard truth of the matter is that nigga should be able to stay in the house without hitting you or something else in the house.
Right.
Really should be able to stay in the house without breaking something. Really should. And that's a hard truth to acknowledge. You might think, okay, he need his time to himself. Okay, but like, I'm just saying, like, there's some here that need to be worked on, basically.
Right.
So again, I think as long as you have your own out, as long as you go into the situation saying, no matter what happens, I got me no matter what. And I'm not going to sacrifice me for nobody else. I think as long as you can say that and you got your savings account set up to where you can escape to your best friend or your mama house or whatever at the drop of a dime with nothing but a suitcase and a text message, then... then I say go for it because you don't. But also, like Kid Fury said, investigate why you're apprehensive. Because honestly, at 29 and 30, it probably is that you've had fights and you felt like, nah, you really feel a way, but you're not saying it.
Yeah. You're probably
right. It's much more likely. Fights, right. If y'all was 50 and 53, then I would say, oh, maybe he's matured. But at that age, he probably has not. So... So just be really honest with yourself. And if y'all really want to move in together, or if you really want to make it work, or even better, if y'all decide to go to therapy, then I say, just be ready for it. Make sure that no matter what, you're ready to take care of yourself. I really feel like that's most important.
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Do whatever is best for
luck.
you. Yes. Good luck to you, sister. And all right. Our next letter comes from... Tegan. Tegan says, I'm a 23...
I love that name.
Tegan says, I'm a 23-year-old black gay man from South Carolina. I recently moved back in with my parents while I complete my master's in mental health counseling at a school in Houston. I had been planning to move to Texas, but because of COVID, all my classes switched to virtual, and this gave me the opportunity to work full-time and save a decent amount of money before moving. Very relatable, Tegan. Very. I recently found out that next semester will be online as well. Same. And now I'm debating if I should stay at home and continue saving or if I should just move to Houston. This living arrangement had been fun up until yesterday. I was driving by my aunt's house and I saw my dad's car and a few other family members in her driveway. I decided to stop and speak to everyone, which was 4 people total, including myself. We sat down and talked to each other for a while and then had Bible study. My family is very religious, so this is pretty normal. The evening was going as expected until my aunt got a phone call and stepped out of the room. While she was gone, my dad stared at me and started to smile. I asked him what was wrong, and then he began to mouth the words, "She has COVID." I was confused, and I just knew that I was misinterpreting him because that didn't make any sense. Why would he allow me to come into a house and have Bible study with someone who has tested positive for COVID? My dad is also very jokey, so I didn't know if he was just pulling my leg or what, since he knows that I take my health and my safety very seriously. I started asking him for clarification, and he dismissed me and said he would talk to me about it later. He then proceeded to continue reading the Bible loudly, and I started to raise my voice because I wanted him to repeat himself so that I could be sure about what he said.
A lot of people getting right in front of the Lord this week.
Then another auntie of mine with no mask on walked into the room with baskets of food, Gatorade, and cleaning supplies.
Oh my gosh.
She dropped them off to my aunt and said that she hopes that she gets better soon.
I shouldn't laugh.
I immediately jumped up and walked out the house. My dad followed me, and I had to explain to him how irresponsible that was for us to be in close proximity with no mask with a person who tested positive. I knew that he wasn't the sharpest tool in the shed, but damn, how can somebody be this stupid? He said he knew she was positive, but he wanted to pray over her and try to bring her some joy during her time of sickness.
Girl, excuse the fuck out of my black ass.
I told him that was stupid and that as somebody with pre-existing conditions, he could actually die from this. And we have had several people in our hometown pass away from COVID, so I don't see how he's suddenly okay with it now that it has come to our family. I then called my mama and told her what he did and expressed how he could have potentially invited COVID into our home knowingly. She was very upset, and now she is saying that she's not going to let my dad back into their bedroom. I told her that I need to separate myself from her and the rest of the family because I've been exposed and I'm trying to quarantine as much as possible from him and everybody else, which is also almost impossible because we share a kitchen and a bathroom. Now my dad is mad and saying that the devil told me to call my mama and I'm trying to create unnecessary drama in his household. He keeps yelling at me through the door and threatens to break it down because he is the man of the house and he pays all the bills here. He wouldn't do that because he doesn't have the money to replace the door, but still. I cannot even quarantine from him because he doesn't think that he has done anything wrong. My dad refuses to take responsibility for what he has done, and I can't deal with it anymore. He tries to tie religion into everything, which doesn't make sense, and he gets loud and aggressive when I tell him that it don't make sense. I am refusing contact with him altogether, and I will only talk to him over the phone, which I know is hurting his feelings because we have had a pretty good relationship. My parents think that I'm smart, so they usually listen to my advice, and we've never had a major disagreement or falling out quite like this before. My dad says I'm being disrespectful, and that makes me feel bad because I'm just trying to keep us all as safe as possible. I convinced him to take a COVID test tomorrow, but I can't stay in this environment anymore. We usually have a good relationship, and I enjoy my free food and housing. So what do y'all think I should do?
Come on, I enjoy my free food and housing.
Being very real, that's a giant bill.
I know that's right.
What do y'all think I should do? I don't really want to move out and have bills again, but the stupidity of this man is off the charts. Love you. Stay safe. All the best, Tegan.
It's the turning his head and smiling at you for me. Like, are you dead ass smiling at me while you're telling me?
The ain't shitness is everywhere, my nigga.
Like, girl, what? What do y'all think this is? I'm so lost. Are we going to a mulatto concert after Bible study?
Like, it's really bad in America. And I know y'all keep going out, but it's still really bad. Honestly, it's still really, really bad because y'all keep going out. But like, oh God.
As I've said, like, the girls are going out. Apparently, you know, Atlanta don't even have COVID. They have never even heard of it. So they're having
Atlanta
a great time.
not keeping track of COVID. That's all that is.
Miami doesn't have it either. You know,
neither does Houston, Texas. Please understand, Houston never heard of COVID.
Lots of cities you can go to where it just doesn't exist.
Neither has the entire state of Oklahoma. Please understand, them niggas have no idea what you're talking about.
But yeah, like, I don't know. This is just one of those things where it's like, I don't understand how some of you are having like a disconnect or disagreement in some of the conversations y'all are having specifically with your families. Like, I told my parents yesterday that I wasn't coming home for Christmas, which no. I had been putting off for like a while, even though I had made my mind up. So, you know, they were fine. Like, my mom was like, "Why don't you want to come?" or whatever, and I was like, it's not that I don't want to come, you know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't want to get anybody sick. And she was like, "Well, do you feel sick?" I'm like, "Mommy, that's not how it works."
That's
like, it
not
doesn't.
how it works.
She was like, I know, okay. You know what I mean? So I was like,
yeah.
At least she didn't press me about it because I was like, I already feel bad that I'm not coming. Like, it's not like, I don't feel like I'm doing y'all a favor. I want to see you motherfuckers do bad, but I'm not willing to take the risk at all. So it's like, it's not disrespectful to want for your family or anybody that you're sharing close quarters with, people that you give a fuck about. It's not disrespectful to say, hey, I give a fuck about you and your health. I want you to be healthy. I want you to not die. Like, that's not disrespectful. Now, if you were clowning him and calling him all kinds of bitches and hoes in front of the congregation, then maybe it'll be like, well, damn, sis, like, you didn't have to do all of that. But again, it's not even just the fact that this happened. It's the like, well, what's the problem? Like, let's laugh about it. Like, no, girl, like, this shit is killing people. And I don't even, like, again, like I said, the girls are going out and they're doing their thing. But there's shit like knowingly having people with COVID come and kick it with y'all and not telling people. It's shit like sharing a bottle of rosé in the club and like everybody drinking out of it with their bare raw mouths.
And
it's
hookah
like
with them 30-cent plastic tips that they switch out.
It's like, it's one thing to be like, look, I need to have some sort of social gathering, or Bible study is really important to me, or I just need to go to the gym. But when you're doing that in a like, I don't give a fuck about this virus at all way, it's like, what's on your mind? Like, the girls are still going to fucking Sprouts, arguing with people talking about, why do I have to wear a mask? Girl, what are you talking about? How did you just get here?
Oh God, like, did you see that video of the white man who laid down at the Target?
Yes.
Laid down in the middle of Target because they told him to put a mask on.
What are you sweetie? Like,
Target and every other store has had a no shoot, no shirt, no whatever, no pants, no service rule since like 1963. So how is it all of a sudden, when it's up to individual businesses to decide whether you wear a mask or not, that you just refuse to do it?
Like, think about the people who work inside of that Target.
No, see, right there, that's where you lose them. That's where you lose them, because they don't give a fuck. Because that's your fault for being a broke bitch who has to work at Target. That's literally where you lose them, because America is a terrible place to live.
They have to wear those masks all day on their feet and deal with your dumb ass.
Yes.
So let's talk about it, bitch. Like, come on. Like, I get it that the girls want to like cut corners and go and have a good time or whatever. Like, I don't even care about that shit no more. But like, don't
because I'm tired.
You're looking directly in the face of COVID and being like, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. Never heard of it. Like,
right. Like, even if I'm walking on the sidewalk with my mask down because I just want to breathe the cold ass air, I'm not going to go inside a place of business without my mask up over my mouth, and I'm not going to walk around no other person because they don't know me from any other bitch in the world. Like, I just don't. Honestly, like, I get it because America is terrible, but I don't understand how y'all just don't care about other people. And don't tell me that you can't breathe in the mask, because every essential employee is breathing in the mask all day long. Doctors and nurses have been breathing in the mask in the hospital all day long while they perform life-saving, the most delicate fucking surgery. These niggas could replace cat toenails. Like, the shit is very precise, okay? It's dainty as fuck. And them niggas is wearing masks the whole time. So don't tell me you can't breathe in the mask. The mask is designed for you to be able to breathe, you stupid fuck.
Right. It's not.
Okay.
What?
So, right, it's not. The point of the mask is not that you can't breathe, because then the mask would be killing you, when the point of the mask is to keep you alive, you stupid niggas. But anyway.
Yeah.
This is the problem with COVID. You can't trust the people in your community to do the right thing. You just can't. And that might be your trifling ass daddy, or your cousin's cousin, or the parents of the kids that share a class with your kid at the public school, or the parents on the opposing team of your kid's football team, or whatever else. Like, you cannot trust the people in your community to do the right thing, because there will always be people who put everybody else at risk so that they don't have to sacrifice nothing. That's what's so crazy about COVID. Your own father put you at risk and himself at risk so that your auntie could have whatever support she felt like she needed. And I'm not saying she didn't need it or that it's not important. I'm saying that everybody has to make sacrifices right now. Everybody. If you're not sacrificing nothing, then you part of the problem.
I'll be like, Daddy, how are you mad at me?
Like, you got a lot of nerve being mad at me when I'm the bitch who did what I was supposed to do, and you put my life at risk, nigga.
I just wanted to study the Bible.
I came here for Bible study like I do every week. I thought we was going to talk about Left Behind. Maybe we was going to watch the movie for 30 minutes. You know, I thought we was going to maybe discuss VeggieTales and its impact on children. I had no idea.
I used to love me some VeggieTales.
Me too. And when I babysat the kids at church, I used to run a little babysitting service when the parents at church would go do something. Me and my homegirls would watch the kids of the church at the church and get like $3 an hour, and you couldn't tell us nothing. We knew it was rich, nigga. But at them late night babysitting events at the church, we popped in the VeggieTales tape, and them kids loved it. So, like, what I'm saying is your father don't have no right to act like you doing something wrong by being like, how dare you put me at risk?
It's not adding up. Like, it's like, y'all bitches ain't even be doing shit in secret. You know what I'm saying? It's like, girl, you could have invited this hoe to this goddamn shit and like not said nothing to me. Like, you still would have been dead ass wrong, even further fucking wrong.
Right.
But like, you said it to me and smiled about it, and you're upset with me now for being upset for being exposed to a virus that could kill me, kill you, kill my mama, kill everybody who was just there to thank God. Like, how am I the bad person in this situation? I don't know. Like, some people just gotta, like, accept, you know, decisions that they make and consequences of those decisions, whether it is getting sick or having your child be, you know, really pissed off at you for being irresponsible and inconsiderate. It just is what it is. Like, how the fuck are you mad at me? Like, what? I could have COVID now. I didn't even do nothing.
Yeah, honestly, I think now is the time to tell your father, first of all, it's no such thing as being disrespectful to you when you put me, my mother, and everybody we come into contact with at risk. First of all. There's no such thing as me disrespecting you because you disrespected my life and my mama's life. So, like, girl, find something else. Also, like, I understand that, you know, you feel like you can't stay in that environment no more, but that's interesting because on the one hand, you know that your father is willing to do whatever and not be honest with y'all about it. On the other hand, housing and food is expensive, and now is not the greatest time to be trying to find either one of them.
That's true.
So I know you said that y'all share a bathroom, right? Yeah, a kitchen and a bathroom.
A kitchen.
So that is, I don't want to tell you to go, you know, find a roommate or sign a lease or whatever right now because I don't know what your financial situation is like. I will say that do whatever makes you feel more comfortable. And even if it's like finding the N95 masks, which block out the droplets that you put out as well as the droplets you receive, that's what makes them different from the rest of the masks. If you can find something that protects you from other people's droplets too, then I would just wear that at home. I honestly would. I know it sounds like a pain in the ass.
I was dead ass going to say that I would hop on Amazon and order like a hazmat suit. When I tell you that I would do like, and I'm not even joking.
Yeah,
like when I tell you,
cheaper than paying your own rent and groceries.
I would order like an absolute legit hazmat suit, the whole nine, and wear it around the house on some Disney Channel shit. Like, I would absolutely fucking do that shit as a sign of protest, rebellion, and like demand for respect and safety on the premises. The devil, like, I would do that shit.
The devil is not the one who made me tell my mama about you and this trifling shit. It was the fact that COVID is real and you put us at risk. Like, it's not.
And yourself. Like, why?
And we could have prayed for Annie over Zoom. Like, countless other people have done. Like, I have a giant family on my mother's side and everybody is very close. And we are not gathering for Christmas because it is simply unsafe. And most of my family members live in Houston. Most of them have come into contact with COVID. More than one of them has been infected with COVID. like, because people in Houston are acting like it's not no thing. So I fully understand, you know, you from South Carolina or you live in South Carolina. I fully get that niggas are down there acting like it's not real, but it is. And you not crazy for moving like it's real when it is. And if your father can't see that, that's his fault. That's his flaw. And he has to face that. So if I were you, I would buy the, you know, N95s for me and my mama or whatever. Your mama said he not allowed back in the bedroom. Amen. Maybe he sleep in the living room and you and your mama have your own room for the next few weeks until that nigga tests negative. And then maybe everybody can talk about it again. But I'm all for y'all protecting yourselves as much as you can while also not putting yourselves at risk. Because this is the very worst time to be dependent on the government for anything.
For anything.
Them niggas literally don't care. Trump is on his way out and he knows it. The Democrats can't do nothing right now and they know it. And even if they could, they're not going to do as much as they could because the Democrats are just Republican light. They're just diet Republicans. So either way, you're fucked. But then for Trump to still be in charge, and then South Carolina, I don't even know who the governor is, but I'm sure that's a racist fuckface. Child, absolutely not.
I agree.
No, I would say protect yourself and your mom as much as you can. Stay in your room as much as you can. Disinfect the bathroom and everything else when you go out. And just take as good care of yourself as you possibly can, Tegan. Good luck to you and your mama.
When I tell you that I would be obnoxious with it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I would be...
Lysol and all in the hallway, all in that nigga face like, nah, because you be out. You be like, around bitches.
I would be in my hazmat suit sitting across the room from him when he's like on his chair watching TV. And as soon as he get up to go get something from the kitchen, I'm spraying the chair down with Lysol. I'm wiping it. I'm going behind him and wiping down the door to the refrigerator after he
all
does.
That shit.
Like I would be so obnoxious with the shit when I tell you on some Raven Baxter that he would just like, he would never do it again just out of not wanting to be annoyed by me ever the fuck again like that. You know, since me, you know, verbally giving a fuck is disrespectful. Let's see how things are
when I disrespect you to your face.
Chernobyl. Yes, exactly.
Go in there right now, get you a cup, a plate, a fork, a spoon, a knife, a real knife, a cup, all that shit. Go get you all that shit right now. Wash it and then grab you your own scrubber so you can wash your own dishes. Like, I would be very extra in that nigga's face. Like, I'm bringing my materials out so I can disinfect them because niggas in this house act like they don't care.
Right.
I would be doing all that shit. And yes, best of luck.
Okay, this letter comes from Freddie, who says, "Hi, y'all. Love the show. Some of the letters are so long, so I'll keep this simple. Do you think it's possible..." That's straight. "Do you think it's possible to date in 2020? One, while practicing celibacy. I'm a cisgender, black, heterosexual, 35-year-old woman in Cleveland, Ohio." Oh, I didn't get what the one was. So you meant 2020 and 2021. Okay.
Oh, okay.
"Most of these niggas ain't shit and they don't deserve the pussy anyway. But is it unrealistic to expect even a good man to wait? Thanks, Freddie."
To wait on fucking?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it like Steve Harvey and his bullshit 90-day rule? Because if you're waiting because you feel like, oh, I need to wait a certain amount of time to make sure you're worthy of the pussy, then I think that's bullshit. I do. I think you should wait however long you're comfortable with sharing yourself physically with this person. I don't think it should be some arbitrary number of days. If it's 90, if it's 9, if it's 9 seconds, 9 hours, 9,000 days, whatever it is for you to feel comfortable, that's when I think you should fuck this nigga. So if it's that, then I literally don't care. But if it's you feeling like these are my standards no matter what, then I think 2020 and 2021 is even more of a reason to hold tight to that shit.
Yeah.
Because how many niggas are on these apps right now with COVID trying to breathe in your face and get in your pussy at the same time? Probably a lot.
And I'm telling you, bitches, when outside open up again, if it ever happens, just shake hands and go your separate ways, bitch. Like,
just wait.
Some of you motherfuckers, when they say it's open again, you have to dap that nigga up and send him back.
Understand that that's just your COVID dick.
Like when they rescue like baby birds and like ducks and stuff from like fucked up lakes, and they like revitalize them and they take them back
with
to
that dawn and they rinse them off.
And then they just like sort of like toss them up in the air and let the bird fly away. That's what you need to do to these niggas when outside open. Wash them off and throw them into the sky and let them fly the fuck off because they're birds. I agree 100%.
Oh,
I agree with literally everything you said. I do think that, like, girl, it should be more about when you want to fuck the nigga with the acknowledgement or the understanding that things could go left at any time. And it doesn't have to be this thing where it's like, oh, he didn't deserve the pussy. Like, you're getting dick too. Like, it's about you as well, ma'am. Or whatever you're getting.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So, like, you need to have fun as well. You know what I mean? And you have desires as well. So I don't think that you, like, if you are practicing celibacy for that reason, like Crystal said, I don't think that it's necessary. I mean, it's fine if that's what you want to do. But again, yeah, like sifting through however many niggas and finding one that you feel like is the good man worth waiting for. Like, God bless you.
Hard enough by itself, Sistren. So what are you trying to do? Like, if you're looking for a nigga to fuck around with and have a fun, COVID time with and to break up with as soon as everybody's vaccinated, then I say just find a nigga you feel like you can reasonably trust and let that be that. But
yeah,
otherwise, I think once again, I'm just a different. When I say I'm a different type of person, I don't mean better. I mean different, and probably in a worse way.
Yeah.
But I am not at all worried about meeting new niggas right now. Like, that is deep into the negatives on my radar right now. I deeply am not interested in being nobody I don't already know.
No, you've been a COVID Power Ranger for sure. I feel like a lot of people are like super trying to link up right now because of the social distancing things.
Probably,
or whatever.
But I'm not at all interested.
But at the same time, it's like you're saying, pandemic aside, it's gonna be a battle one. Like, you're gonna, I think, run into a couple of X's before you find an O. So I would, again, unless it's a more like solid, whether it's a spiritual reasoning or something else that you're practicing celibacy for, if it is just like, oh, these niggas ain't worth it, fuck it. And they ain't about to be anytime soon, girl. So you might as well get yours and send that nigga home until you feel like letting him spend the night. That's what the fuck I would be doing. Get your shit and tell that nigga to grab his boots.
Okay, because feeling comfortable for a nigga to spend the night takes a very long time.
Hello? And the girls assume. Like, what are you getting comfortable for?
I sure don't. I'm literally not at all interested,
girl. Get your ass out.
Woo,
good luck to Freddie.
You ain't shit.
I have another one if you.
Okay. I mean, no, you can go ahead and do another one. That's fine. I have one or two more.
This is from Kimberly. Kim says, me and my ex got engaged 2 years ago and things moved super quick. We bought a house in my name because my credit score was better. And before the first mortgage payment, I found out I was pregnant. We've been in the house over a year now and the baby is here and we decided to break off our engagement. I'm not going to go crazy in detail, but he wasn't shit.
You didn't even have to go crazy in detail.
Yeah, I mean, you really didn't.
Don't nobody break up with their baby daddy when their child is a newborn unless that shit is not meant to be.
And you just bought a house together?
Right. Like, girl, he had to be... Anyway.
He helped me pay for groceries twice, and the one time he did, he complained because it was his birthday. So there you go. I mean, that was a detail, but it was a fun one to think.
All the weeks to make him pay for groceries, you did it on his birthday. He only did it twice in all that time, and you literally picked his birthday. Okay, what else happened?
He helped her pay for groceries twice. The one time
not even paid. Okay.
Yeah.
Got you.
He helped me split all the bills, which is pretty normal, and now he is pushing me to sell the house since we broke up. When our real estate agent told us the profit we'll make off the house, he proceeded to say, I never had that much money in my bank account. This is the baby father that said this.
Yeah.
And was talking about buying Gucci for him and the baby.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Don't give this nigga no dollars.
What was your baby daddy take off? When our real estate... Like, where are you? Calm, sweetie.
I don't understand, sister.
Have you heard of the economy? Okay. At first, I thought it would be fair to split the profits, but after talking to my family, they're telling me I'm crazy for even considering it since the house is in my name. Do you think I should talk to a lawyer and get the whole thing situated? By the way, I pay for the house with money that was given to me by my parents for the wedding, but instead I chose to buy a house. He and his parents didn't contribute. Thanks.
Okay.
I love that she just ended it with a thanks. Like, what should I do? Or like, hey girl, thanks. Good luck. She was like, I'm finished. He and his parents didn't contribute. That was a great way to just punch it off.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that your family's got the right idea here. I think that speaking to a lawyer would definitely be beneficial because I am not Maxine Shaw, attorney at law.
No,
I wish.
Same.
But I can't really give you any proper advice in terms of the legal aspect of it. But yeah, like, you pay for the house with money that your parents gave you. The house is in your name. And this nigga directly out of his face in front of you said that he can't wait for his ends so he can go and buy matching Gucci tracksuits for him and the baby.
His ends of something he did not contribute to. And then making sure really that he paid for something for himself. Because paying for something for the baby don't even count. He's a father. He's supposed to do that.
Not the nouveau riche of it all, hun.
Oh, it is the nouveau riche of it all, though, hun. It honestly is. So
I just picture the baby in a full Gucci tracksuit with like some Timbs or something
with
on.
The matching shoes. Absolutely. Like, with the fucking butters.
Is going to vomit on that. Like, you're going to wash puke out of that Fendi jumpsuit.
And even if you dress the baby in that every day, the baby will not wear it for more than 6 weeks.
I was getting there next. See, this is why we have a show
double in size in 3 months.
Hun. You're going to snap, and this nigga will not be able to fit in it no more. Then you gonna frame it? You're gonna frame it. Hang it up.
Buying Gucci clothes for your children is for people for whom Gucci and like Carter's is the same thing. And the parents know what I'm talking about. But like, if it don't make no difference to you whether you shop at Gucci or Walmart, then fine. However, for everybody else, we're not spending $1,100 on an outfit for a 5-month-old to wear because that's fucking crazy.
I mean, Kimberly literally said, he proceeded to say, I never had that much money in my bank account. So no.
Kimberly, you should definitely consult your local laws first. The fact that you paid for it, his name is not nowhere on it. And his funds are nowhere attached to it, makes me believe that you don't have to split it with him. But check your laws as far as common law marriage is concerned, or baby daddy marriage. I don't know where you live. It might be somewhere super fucking regressive where women are property. So, you know,
that's true.
You should double check to make sure he's not entitled to your money. But I feel like 99.7% sure that he isn't, in which case you should break up with this nigga first to make sure legally you set the precedent of we are no longer in a relationship.
Oh, no, they're broken up, I believe.
Oh, they're broken up now.
Yeah, they're just trying to.
Well, then why are y'all even in mediation? No, we don't have nothing to figure out. Only thing we have to figure out is visitation without getting the courts involved. And trust me, nigga, you don't want the courts involved. So my house is literally not up for discussion. I would tell him, so how many days a week do you want to come get day? And that's it. That's it. You want Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays? You want Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays? Let me know. How many days a week do you want to come and get day? Because we don't have shit else to talk about. That's my house. I disconnect the cable and turn the lights out. My mom and daddy wrote me to check for that nigga. You got me fucked up.
Oh my God.
We don't have nothing to split but
funny.
Custody. We don't have nothing to split but custody. So you can either come get this child 3 or 4 days out of the week, or I can put you on child support. What's up?
Well, I feel like that's all the information you should need. Good luck to you.
Yeah, as long as he's not legally entitled to half your money, then I would say break up with that nigga, or make sure the breakup is official. Then sell the house and do whatever it takes to take care of you and your baby, and let that be
Facts. That. Yeah, I would too.
Woo. Okay. Well.
Should we take another break, or do you want to do another letter?
That's up to you. I feel like this is, it's already pretty long. I don't know how many more letters people want to hear.
Yeah, let's do a break, and then if we want to read one or two more, then we can.
Okay. Hey guys, don't forget you can find the exact sneakers you're looking for on eBay.com, and you can be confident that your pair is real because they've been authenticated, which is a process you don't want anyone skipping over. And honestly, if you've ever bought something valuable off the internet, then you understand the importance of authenticity and that whole process, girl, because what you don't want to spend is hundreds of dollars on something that end up not even being real. But with the eBay authenticity guarantee, there are no fakes, no fraud, and no doubt, because professional authenticators verify dozens of inspection points, including the box, the laces, the stitching, the soles, the labels. Verified sneakers receive an eBay authenticity guarantee tag, and you can scan the NFC enable tag to get details on your shoes. Authenticated sneakers also make it easy to resell them down the line, and eBay has a wide selection of vintage and new sneakers. Honestly, for me, when it comes to buying those cute Jordans or whatever else you didn't had your eye on since 1993, there's nothing more important than making sure that shit is real. Because I have been down the road of spending a lot of money on something, ended up being fake, and it's just more heartache and heartbreak than you should have to go through. So try out eBay. The authenticity guarantee makes it even better to shop at eBay.com. Again, eBay.com. Check them out, and let's get back to the show.
Okay, we're back to the show here, and do you want to read a letter? I only have one more.
Yes, I can. Let's see here. So, I think I'm gonna do this one from. Oh God, sorry. I was gonna read it, and then I was like, "Did she ask to be left anonymous?"
I literally just made up names for everyone except the first one.
Okay, so I'm gonna call her Maya because I've been watching a lot of Girlfriends lately.
Oh, fun.
And Maya says, I'm just going to get down to facts. I found out in my late 20s that the man who I thought was my dad was, in fact, not my dad.
Oh, wow.
And my biological father is Black and Native American. I am the product of an affair that my white mother had in grad school. To say that this revelation was the face crack of the century is an understatement. And before you ask, yes, I am in therapy because this is a lot to unpack.
Oh, that's good.
I'm in my late 30s, working in academia, and mostly I have conquered a lot of my demons. My biological dad and I have had a great relationship, and my aunties and cousins have welcomed me with open arms. However, I definitely still struggle with identity. A lot of my oldest friends do not know about my complicated family situation, and really it's not the kind of thing that you make a Facebook post about. I'm really not sure how to address everything or if it is even any of anybody's damn business. Another thing I struggle with is the fact that I can pass for white, and how even among other Black people, I feel like an imposter because I did not grow up in the community, but with my bigoted Russian Greek family instead.
Wow.
Yikes. So far, the only people in that part of my family who know about my true parentage is my mother, obviously, and my little brother. And I know the rest of my maternal family would probably reject me. I'm not interested in dealing with their mess at this time. My question to you is this: how do I navigate all this and continue to discover and honor my Black and Indigenous heritage in an authentic way? All my love, Maya.
Wow.
Going through a lot.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I think that it's sensible, it's understandable for you to want to like make an effort to fill that, you know, hole in your life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? That was a stupid way to say what I'm trying to say. But like, I understand that, you know, you want to like make up for this thing that was kept from you, and like honor your heritage, your race, and that's understanding. I just don't feel like you need to like. I just like, I think you should just go at your own pace. Try to find resources specifically online where dialogue like this is like for like people in a similar situation as yourself, um where that's taking place. You know, like try to find resources of people, whether they are Black people, multiracial people, who can sort of, I guess, hold your hand in a sense. Just kind of, you know, be like, I feel like you're gonna want to, you know, find some people in the community who you can lean on and who you can like trust to hear you out. I don't think that that's going to be as difficult as you might think it is. Like, you finding one in your immediate person somewhere in your town or whatever, maybe not. Especially with, you know, the panorama. But
right.
There's surely a clubhouse for this. So, our clubhouse room or whatever.
I don't have time for
but
I literally cannot do Clubhouse.
Girl, let me tell you something. Nobody can. Because all of the girls are on Clubhouse to be on Clubhouse. I'm on that bitch, and I like everybody that I know on that motherfucker don't do shit on there. Like, it's like maybe 3 people that I've seen on Clubhouse that like actually use it. Anyway, that's
neither here nor there, right?
Yeah, it's really so. But yeah, I think that there are probably like groups that you can find. Likely other listeners of the show even will probably be in our mentions, on the show's mentions, like, hey, follow this Facebook group, or we've got a such and such. You know what I mean? Because the scary part about it is that you have this bigoted white family that you say would possibly, like, she didn't say disown, but she said shun, or like they would do something to her.
Yeah, they would be raggedy.
Spoke to them about, and it's just like, first of all, girl, like, your child did this. Like, I didn't make myself. You can say I ain't have no damn affair. Like, I didn't choose to be the race that I am or have the background that I do. So the fuck you mad at me for?
Yeah, that's very real. Because, like, again, I didn't choose this life for myself.
Like, the fuck? What are you?
You can't really also be mad at me for that.
Racism? Really? like, just also just like side note in general?
Yeah, there is that.
But yeah, I think that finding like a place, friends, or even just some sort of connection where you can talk about this, explore, and feel accepted. Because yeah, there are going to be people that are going to make you feel like you don't belong on either side or any side of whatever your race may be. But that's not everyone. And I just think that you're gonna need someone to be like, to listen to you, be like, so my mama is tripping, my uncle, my auntie, they said this and that, and I had to try so hard not to punch her in her eye. Like, you're gonna need someone to like light a blunt with, I'm assuming as well here, and chit chat and just talk about how whiteness is the worst.
Yeah, and there are probably honestly lots of other mixed people who can relate in one way or another.
Yeah.
So I agree with everything Kid Fury said. The only thing I would add on is that you mentioned that you pass for white. And because you were raised to believe that you were white anyway, I would say approach all the learning you're about to do with a giant fucking tablespoon of salt. Like, you need to make sure that you're not centering yourself in other people's conversations about their experiences and all that, because as somebody who was not only raised as white but passed for white, you have a level of privilege that your other brothers and sisters who are mixed with Black or indigenous, American or whatever else don't have. Because most people don't have that. They don't have the experience of being raised as white and also passing for white. So I would just, if I were you, I would be super careful about the spaces I go into, make sure I'm not talking over other people and their experiences. But also your experience is valid. So, you need to find a place where it's safe for you to share that without you shitting on people who have had struggles that you don't relate to. And also, just remember that if your biological father is Black and indigenous American, then you are that. Nobody can take that from you.
Yes.
Now, whether your experience is of somebody who lives as a Black person in America is totally different. People may not treat you like you're Black, but you are still Black. And that's a tough place to be in, but that's your responsibility to navigate.
Yes.
You just have to remember that. Like, can't nobody tell you that you're not that, because you are that. And you have to reckon with being lied to about your actual heritage and realizing all that now as an adult and coming to terms with who your father is and what your identity means. Like, you have to come to terms with all of that. But you also have to keep in mind, like, the way you are perceived is still different from everybody else.
Yes.
But that doesn't take away that you are who you are, and your experience is what it is, and your experience is just as valid as anybody else's.
Right.
So you should feel free to express that and talk about that, as long as you're not shitting on nobody else or trying to make it seem like somebody is wrong for not having an experience that mirrors yours.
Right.
Your story, I think, is pretty unique. Like, you're far from the only person, but most people cannot relate to something like this. This is like a massive identity shift for a lot of people, for who you thought was your father to be somebody else, and then for that somebody else to be a totally different race. Like, girl, most of us cannot relate. So I would say take time for yourself, find a therapist, make sure that you come to terms with your identity in a safe way where you don't hurt other people.
She said she was in therapy, didn't she?
Oh, I'm sure she did. This was your letter, right? Oh, no, I read it.
No. But I could remember another letter at this point.
No. She definitely said, I am in therapy, because this is a lot to unpack. So, yeah. Stay in therapy. If your mother's family rejects you, that's their bad. They literally don't deserve you.
Right.
And take care of yourself without hurting other people. I think that is my biggest advice for you. And good luck. Because I literally, again, you're asking two niggas who have always known they were niggas.
Yeah, I mean,
it's never been no doubt about that for me.
It was also shouted directly into my eyeballs since birth. So
from the very beginning, okay, I grew up in the fucking country. It was very Black and very country where I come from. So it was never up for debate at any point. I was never light enough to pass for anything but Black. My parents and all my family, nobody was anything but Black. And therefore, it was just never even a thought. So you have a different identity than we do.
My parents Black and immigrants. So
yes, you have that fun combo.
My whole life, I got the Daddy Pope Olivia's daddy.
Yes.
Twice as hard. You need to work thrice as hard as these white people
Gotcha.
if you want half of anything. And damn it, when you get that half, you better bring me half of that. So get to work.
Yes, I'll never forget. My parents gave me that speech the summer before my senior year started when we was on our way back to Oklahoma from the family reunion in Paris, Texas. Most of y'all do not know there is a Paris, Texas.
Okay.
Of course, we were not in Paris, France. You had me fucked up if you think we was that classy. We drove down to Paris, Texas.
Fun.
Had our family reunion, and they gave me that whole "you gotta be twice, thrice, quatorze, whatever it is. You gotta be you gotta try way harder than these white people to get half as far." So, best of luck to you. However, when it comes right down to it, you are still perceived in this world as white. So you have a privilege that the rest of us don't have, and you should be mindful of that.
Yes. All right. I will bail on the last letter, and instead I will give you two tiny, I don't know if these are reads or pet peeves, but they're both very short.
Okay.
First one. I'm not even sure if I know how I want to say this. People from other countries and their ability to speak English or how well they can speak English has nothing to do with their intellect. There are people who think that because someone does not speak or understand English well, it's, a second or third language for them or whatever the fuck. Y'all automatically assume because they cannot communicate with you in English that they're not very smart, even though most of these people are way smarter than your dumbass. Like, you got an education here. So, like...
Congrats, sister.
Slow down. So, I mean, that's something that I would like for people to consider, especially in the fiery times we're currently in. And then also, a lot of y'all have a habit of sicking us on people. And you'll say things like, you better get your girl, or you come get your little friend, or something like that.
Girl.
The day, or maybe yesterday or the day before, someone was in our mentions talking about get your girl, and I clicked on it, and it was this story about, oh God, I can't remember this man's name.
Who's our girl?
This actor who was on Heroes, an old, I think, NBC show, and Ali Lauder played his wife. Ali Lauder is this white woman. I don't even know if I can think of a movie that she was in that.
Ali Lauder is the Doritos girl.
Doritos?
She was in a Doritos commercial. That's where I know her from. She was in movies after that?
She was in several.
Oh, no. I know Ali Lauder as the white girl from the Doritos commercial.
I know her as the white girl from Final Destination 1 and 2, and then later Heroes.
Oh, I've seen Final Destination, but I did not know that was her.
You've seen Final Destination?
And I was horrified, nigga. I said, you niggas better never take me to nothing else like this again in my life.
Love Final Destination.
I have always been afraid of driving behind 18-wheelers. And when them fucking logs or whatever slid off the back of
so you
truck,
saw the second one?
Yes, I did. And that fucked me up. I said, nah, I'm not looking at no more of these.
I don't know, maybe an unpopular opinion, Final Destination 2 is way better than the first one. And sequels typically don't work that way.
I was horrified, so I don't know.
Grotesque. It was so awful. And I almost spoiled it. Girl, that movie came out in 2000.
Spoiled, right?
The fact that they killed her character in the second one, I lived for, even though she's not an unlikable character. They were like, you made it the first time, bitch, but this one, you're going. Also, Kyle from Living Single was in Final Destination too.
Oh, was he?
Yep. Fun fact.
Well,
anyway,
that I
Ali Lauder,
remember, but it was too scary for me.
Ali Lauder was on this show Heroes, and let me find this actor's name. He apparently, I don't know if he did an interview recently or something like that, but he was talking about prejudice that he experienced on the set, and I believe that her name was involved in it as, I guess, one of the people that were being racist or bigoted.
Gotcha.
But anyhow, again, he Leonard Roberts, that's his name. He was in our mentions and was like, "Get your girl." So I clicked on a link and I read it and I was like, "Who the fuck is he talking about?"
Yeah,
So I said,
again, the Doritos girl.
Who is our girl? And he said, Ali Lauder's prejudice ass. And I responded and I said, what exactly makes you think that? Have we ever talked about this
don't know.
woman?
Like, she's the Doritos girl. Why would you ever think she was our girl?
Like, what? Have I ever
bland ass
mentioned her?
white woman? I really think you could go through every episode of this show and we would have never brought her up because who cares?
Like, I don't think that we have ever talked.
Is this your read?
About heroes? Like, but anyhow, first of all, aside, even if she was,
oh shit,
there's just something off-putting for me when people are like, "You better get your girl. You better just," like, I'm not a German Shepherd. Crystal is not a dachshund. Like,
no.
Neither one of us are your dog. So you're just not gonna sick me. You can be like, "Hey girl, you seen this? Ooh, hope this is a read this week. Hey child, like, this person really needs to be dragged." But there's just something about the wording of "you need to get your da-da-da-da-da-da." Like, I can't text no goddamn mulatto. I don't know these goddamn children.
I understand what you're saying. I feel like people don't even think about it like that though. I think they just, they're not. They're just, they tweet us
fun.
like they would their friends or whatever. But it's like,
yeah.
I literally don't know you like that, and it sounds like you ordering me to do something, and that don't sit right with me.
Like, girl, I haven't even ate today. Like, and you just coming at me real spicy.
Talking about I gotta go get somebody else, girl. I can't even get me. Fuck you, mean go get her. I don't even know this bitch.
Like, I can't even think of more than 2 things she has ever done.
Yeah.
And both of those things were years ago.
I keep coming back to Doritos girl.
So, yeah. It was, at least if you're going to hit me with the "come get your girl" thing, let it be somebody that,
let it be Beyonce.
I actually right. Somebody I love.
Right.
And even that. But anyway, that's it for me. I just wanted to say those 2 very quick things, and I'm finished.
Okay. Well, I also really quickly for my read this week wanted to talk about Skylar Mack. Do you know who Skylar Mack is?
No.
Skylar Mack is an 18-year-old student from the suburbs of Atlanta, Georgia. She is a student at Mercer University.
This isn't Ali Lauder?
Well, she looks like Ali Lauder because Ali Lauder, if that's even her name, looks like every white woman. But this little girl, Skylar Mack, decided to carry her ass to the Cayman Islands.
Little girl.
Okay, I'm sorry. Technically adult woman.
Oh no, I forgot you said 18.
Yeah.
This isn't a 35-year-old woman?
Oh, well, she is white, so you have to take that into account. Like, she does look like a soccer mom, but she is 18.
That's fine. Okay.
Right. So she decided to carry her ass to the Cayman Islands to witness her boyfriend compete in a jet ski competition. That is not a lie.
In the fuck a what? Excuse black me? Bitch, are you
not excuse black me? Shut up. No, she has a 24-year-old boyfriend named Vanjay Ramgeet, who was in the Cayman Islands for a jet skiing competition.
This is the whitest suburban the hills shit I've ever heard.
Yes. So the day before Skylar decided to break quarantine, the Cayman Islands had decided to pass legislation that increased the punishment on people who decided to break COVID-19 protocols. That means that when Skylar Mack decided to lie about agreeing to quarantine for 14 days and instead called them people to make sure they loosened her armband and then took it off altogether to go to the jet skiing competition, where she then did not wear a mask and did not socially distance herself. Because of these actions, Skylar Mack was sentenced to 4 months in jail.
Oh no, that's so sad.
Yes, in fact, she and her boyfriend were initially sentenced to something extremely light. It was like, I think, $2,700 fine or something like that. And Skylar then paid the fine out of her savings account. And her grandmother made sure that we knew that she pretty much wiped out her whole savings by doing that. To which I say, I cannot name one Negro 18-year-old who has $3,000 in their savings account who was not born rich. I cannot. I cannot. That is an absurd amount of money for a teenager to have at their personal disposal. $3,000 cash.
Mm.
Do you have any idea how much baby fat I would have been wearing?
I'm just saying. Mine went to PlayStation.
So for you to be like, she and her family has said, you know, we know she made a mistake and we know she should have to pay for it. We just feel like it's too stringent and all this. I honestly agree with the attorneys in the Cayman Islands who said if we let them get off with a fine, then other people like her will not be deterred from doing this because they will just pay the fine and then go off and do whatever they want to do. And that is evident in the United States of America, where, again, this girl is from, because people here will just violate the rule, pay the fine, and continue to kill others. So if you want them to stop killing others, you might want to show them that fat meat is greasy. Meaning that if you violate our laws, we will fry your ass the fuck up. That's why this bitch is in jail right now. Now, of course, the family then wrote to Trump asking for help. Again, they are from
oh my god,
the fucking burbs. I'm sure that they're Trump supporters. And Trump might even do what he can in these last few weeks to get this girl out of jail. But I just want to say thank you to the Cayman Islands for not only arresting this stupid, pretentious, audacious bitch, because she got all the fucking nerve. And if it was a black girl who went over there and disobeyed them people's rules and got locked up, you can guarantee wouldn't nobody be advocating for her right now. So I will say the fact that y'all locked up Little Miss Blondie, I don't have no problem with that. It's 4 months in jail. She's 18 years old.
I think that
as long as she is not personally violated in there, I don't care. I really don't. Because y'all got all the nerve in the world. They told you. You agreed when you landed that you would stay at the house. You left to go watch your nigga ride a fucking jet ski. And you know her dad is a professional jet skier, so he's lost endorsements from the backlash.
A professional, excuse me?
Again, white people can be rich doing the dumbest shit. But you decided to break the rules.
Is there a jet ski league?
You agreed that you would stay in isolation for 14 days. You did not do it. Your man helped you escape. Therefore, the both of you are in trouble. And I don't care. They can keep you for every minute of those 4 months, and I will not care, because I'm tired of rich people or people who don't even think they rich, but when you go out to these islands, all of a sudden you rich. I'm tired of privileged people going off to these places that depend on tourism dollars, not tourists, because fuck you. They depend on the money, girl. They don't give a fuck about you. And so they tolerate what they can. And y'all come over to their islands spreading all this fucking disease because you Americans and you don't give a fuck. No, I don't care. Keep that bitch in jail and let anybody else know who plan on going to the Cayman Islands and breaking the rules. We will throw your ass in jail too. Quit fucking playing with us. It's a goddamn pandemic. Niggas is dying. It's at least 300,000 Americans there from this shit. When are y'all gonna take it seriously?
Did you say, is this her grandma or her mama?
Jeanne is her grandma, and she probably
her grandma looked like she got a Ronald Reagan tattoo on her back. So that tells you everything.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this is not a 40-year-old woman.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I promise you, that girl is 18 years old. And so...
Okay, she looks kind of young in this picture, but this also looks like an old picture.
It's probably a picture of her from sophomore year or something. You know, they age very rapidly. But
I cannot believe she's not
the
there.
point remains, even though her grandma's favorite movie is Top Gun, I don't have no grace for this little girl. I don't. I really wish I could. But people exactly like her are in the States killing black and brown people every damn day who don't have no choice but to go to work because the government don't give a fuck about them. They doing the same thing to niggas here at home that they doing to niggas abroad. So no, I don't feel bad for her.
I'm not even gonna lie. Like, initially I was gonna be like, damn, that's like, fuck, that's kind of straight. But the point of like, yeah, if we just slap her on the fucking wrist and say, pay this fine, what the fuck is what would stop somebody the fuck else to do it? And somebody else and somebody else. And like, then are we actually helping anybody?
Right.
So yeah, I get like, I love that you said that meat is great. Like that, being country is just so delicious. Like, it's just the best everything. But like, it's fucking true. Like, the people are gonna have to start doing shit where it's like, I am going to make sure, because bitch, like, you couldn't even put a mask on when you got there, my nigga.
Right.
Like, what the
You
fuck?
went to the jet skiing competition and then didn't have a fucking mask on. And the family is like, well, the wristband was really hurting her. And we don't want an exception to be made for her, but we don't want an exception to be made of her. Too damn bad. She shouldn't have brought her fucking ass over here. She violated their laws.
And what in the fucking Michael Bay is a jet ski competition? Are you kidding me? What in the slip and slide video are you fucking talking
what
about?
What in the Michael Bay?
A jet ski? Like,
leave me alone.
I knew that they did that in like anime video games and shit, but I didn't know that the girls really race
Oh my god,
jet ski professionally.
They do.
And it runs in your blood. Your daddy do it too? I ain't never heard no white shit like this in my life.
Oh, yeah. And her boyfriend, like, in case you think she was the only one who got punished, no, he got in trouble as well. Plus, he was disqualified from the jet ski competition, and he cannot compete in the first, I don't even know how many matches next year.
Bitch, so you endanger yourself and others. And the nigga lost because of that shit. They chopped him and banned him.
Yep.
And you niggas going to jail.
All that shit.
Was it worth it, Audrina? Was it worth it, Lauren?
I don't think you would do it again, but yeah, if anybody has to be made an example of, I'm not mad that it's a white girl. Oh well.
Like, y'all not even low with your shit. You really feel like you can go to other countries on top of that and be like, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Cayman said, yeah, well, we gonna get you there.
Yeah.
Like,
and the problem is you left your country. You came over yonder.
That's what I'm saying. Like, girl, like, this is not whatever verb in Georgia you say you're from. Like, girl, we're not playing with you. So
I say keep her ass till at least March 1st. As long as y'all not doing nothing crazy over there, I say keep her ass and let her suffer. I bet she won't do this dumb shit again. Let that be a message to the rest of the young, white, rich bitches trying to go somewhere.
if they did that in Georgia or anywhere the fuck else in this country, when I tell you that the O phase would burn the jail down, like white people would never let that shit fly. They don't even like being politely asked to put a mask on over this bitch.
No, they do not.
Cayman Island said, "You're going to jail." Don't make plans, bitch. We're keeping you.
And again, not mad at it. So, best of luck to the Cayman Islands.
Well, amen. That's been a podcast.
Yes, it has. That wraps up this week's episode of The Read. Don't forget to check us out at thisistheread.com. We are at This Is The Read all across social media. And again, a quick reminder before you go, you can find the exact sneakers you're looking for on ebay.com with the eBay Authenticity Guarantee. That's right. You can be confident that your pair is real because professional authenticators verify the box, logo, stitching, and dozens of other inspection points before it ever gets to you. So again, check out the eBay Authenticity Guarantee at ebay.com. And I'm sure at this point it is impossible to get something in time for Christmas, but I think there is merch at shoptheread.com. Not entirely sure. There might be something left, but
well, if you had your eye on something, maybe you can spend some of your special Christmas money on a hat or whatever.
Oh God, not a 2021 e-planner.
Some of the girls need that shit.
Woo, I'm not planning shit, child. Don't talk to me till August.
Like, honestly,
because I just don't trust it.
I'm going to like FaceTime the fam when I know that the sorrel is officially being poured.
Oh,
the rum cake is out.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to FaceTime with them, and then I am getting blasted out of my mind.
Same.
Like, I'm talking about, I have already started to bring in liquor for me. Like, for me.
Yeah.
I'm getting fucked up this weekend because it will be the first Christmas in the 8 years since I moved away from home that I have not gone home to Miami with my family.
Yeah.
And I hated having to tell them or whatever, and I'm glad that they understood and took it very softly because I would love to go home very badly, but I would also love my parents to be alive for as long as possible.
Yeah.
So, choices.
I understand because that's the same reason I'm not going home. It's just no way to get everybody on my mama's side of the family to efficiently quarantine. Like, everybody has kids. It's like you're talking about managing 13 different households or something like that. And it's just not possible. So I'm going to stay my ass here in New York. Lord willing, I will see them niggas next year. But yeah, same. I will be watching all the Black holiday movies that I can find on every streaming service.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah, and drinking a lot of wine and smoking a lot of weed. I will. And getting ready for the new year, meditating and all that shit.
Love to all of you who are also having the shittiest Christmas ever. Seasonal depression is kicking my ass right now, especially with this fucking audacious blizzard that we just had last week or whenever, and all this dirty, disgusting ass frozen ice all over the place. It's just mud and frozen just garbage. Like, it is like bad out here. People are in their fields already because of the way that the weather is turned up and stuff like that. On top of it, a lot of people are going to be boxed in, quarantined, whatever for Christmas. Hang in there, bitch. It sucks out here. Try to find something to do to lift your spirits. FaceTime someone or whatever. You know, if you have dick in the house with you, enjoy it.
Take advantage of that.
Or ass, pussy, titties, whatever it is that you like. And yeah, good luck. Be well and be well to one another. And my moral of the story this week is, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. It's a tired, problematic, and misogynistic saying, but I'm going to mind my cis male business. I'm done.
Okay, we will see y'all next week.